Thanks so much for joining me for my preview of the 2019 Alabama Crimson Tide. Before I go any further, if you don't know me, what rock have you been living up on? I'm flipping Bobby Dirkens. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, let you know when I put up my preview. I preview all these teams. And listen to me, though I love these guys with all of my orange heart, I preview a ton of teams, talk about them throughout the football season. I'll be talking about other teams. When you say Alabama, you're talking about a team that is full of excellence. You're talking about a team who has multiple national championships. You're talking about a team who historically has owned the SEC and has dominated college football. You're talking about NFL players, left and right, who's went to the big leagues and done great things. From years ago, from like Joe Namath on up to recently, that Williams young and that was drafted in the first round. The truth is, Alabama is who they are, right? They are who they are. If you're a Clemson fan, you know Alabama very well. Just as a bit of trash talk, because that's my style, we've played y'all more than our in-state rival, who just happens to be part of the SEC. You're finally playing them this year. You will murder them. We will be pulling for you that day. We've played y'all more than they have recently. Last time they played you was 2010. We've played y'all like 4 or 5 times since then. It's hilarious. Bunch of feathered losers. But Alabama's won multiple national championships over the past years. That's like saying, I don't know, beer is good. We all know it. Last year, Clemson had the dominant 44-16 national championship win over y'all. I'm going to be honest. I've said this on other videos. I didn't expect that. I expected Clemson to win because I knew they had the talent, they had the ability, no matter what everybody else was saying about them. But that, I didn't expect. We know you have a chip on your shoulder. So let's talk about your team. Let's talk about who you're returning. Starting off with the offense. You have 6 coming back. Let's be honest with ourselves. Tua Tagovailoa, he's back. We know he's talented. I don't care what happened in the national championship, though you can't erase it. He is a talented quarterback. He's a Heisman front runner. I think most likely, if he puts up great numbers, most likely he will win the Heisman Trophy. On the offensive line, you lose 3 starters. That Purse Bacher, or whatever the crap his name was, he's gone. A couple other guys are gone. Of course, y'all recruit well just like we do. So, will you have the experience there? No. Will you have the talent? Yes. You'll be able to mold it. Returning the running game this year, Damian Harris is gone, but Najee Harris is back. Brian Robinson is back. And according to my depth chart and all the research I've done on y'all, because I wanted to do a good job, Trey Sanders is back. Or he'll be there. I think this is his first year. Yeah, it's his first year. He was just signed this year. Wide receivers, there's only 2 teams in college football who has outrageous receivers across the board. It's them and y'all. You got Ruggs, Judy. It reminds me of the time at Goober on Andy Griffith's show went, Judy, Judy, Judy. Every time I see it, I just want to say Judy, Judy, Judy. Ruggs, they're all talented football players. We know what they can do, and they're one of the main reasons you will win the SEC again, no matter how hard Georgia tries. On the defensive side, you did return 6 starters, and then unfortunately Dylan Moses got hurt. Let me tell you right now, I may pull for another team. And though I respect y'all, I might despise you. But I never want anybody to be hurt. That's horrible. That's awful. Only communists pull for people to get hurt like that. Well, I want the best players on the field. I want to see the best players on the field. And that's just kind of how it is. Unfortunately, he's hurt, so that makes you returning 5 defensive players this year. Mack Wilson is gone. Of course, Quentin Williams is gone. Savion Smith is gone. But you do return guys like Xavier McKinney, You got guys coming back like Anthony Jennings, Carter, Ray, Certain. You got a lot of talented players coming back. Your Alabama, as I said, you recruit well just like we do. That's the reason both of us are sitting head and shoulders above everybody else, and everybody else is claiming they can play us until they do, and then they get demolished and embarrassed and basically castrated in front of God and everybody. By the way, I've got Super Chat on. If you want to buy me a beer, I won't stop you. Buy Bobby Dirkens beer. As little as $1 will put a nice cold beer into a hungry, thirsty redneck like myself. Thank you. Let's jump right into your season. You are the favorites to not only win your division, you are the favorites to win your conference and go to the playoffs. And once again, though the media just already they're not even shy about it anymore. It's y'all and us again, most likely. Right. Got some Maytheirs coming in here. Tiger Raven, Maythere too. Good to see you. A bunch of Maytheirs coming in here. Will Rick said Maythere. Maythere to all of you. Maythere to you. Maythere to your mama. I mean that in a respectful way. Jumping right into the season. Nick Saban's 13th season here. You've opened up with Duke. David Cutcliffe is so good, and still they're like a 35-point underdog. I think they'll play a little tougher than that. I'm probably wrong. Y'all definitely win that ball game. New Mexico State, isn't that cute? They have a team. A state that looks like the color of a brick. I've flown over it. I knew exactly where I was at just by watching Breaking Bad. And I was right. You'll beat them. Very next week. Lord, you'll have a no bigger Alabama fan than me that week. You play at South Carolina. Let me go ahead and tell you what those dookie-eating chickens are going to claim. They're going to claim they can hang with y'all. Oh, this is year. It's always the year with them. You could blow up their stadium and kill half their team. This is the year. You're going to beat them like a drum. And I know they've picked up some players and they got a few here and there. And they, y'all are going to beat them. And you're going to beat them bad. And I hope you beat them bad. Our next game plays Southern Miss. Southern Miss is a team who's had talent. Most notably, Brett Favre. Well, Brett ain't playing for them. That's why y'all are going to murder them. Win the ball game. Very next week, play Mississippi. Gone are the days of Hugh Freeze, Chad Kelly, those players they bought with hookers. You're going to absolutely murder them. Y'all are going to murder them. You win this game as well. Then you're off the very next week. Take a nice little snooze, chill out. If you're another school, I'd have to tell you, don't go get a hooker, don't get incarcerated, don't go smack a woman. Not really y'all. You're at Texas A&M, trap gun. Jimbo Fisher can coach football. If there's anybody who knows Jimbo Fisher can coach football, it's Nick Saban, because Jimbo Fisher used to coach for Nick Saban at LSU. Parker Henderson's in here. May there. Good to see you, May there, buddy. Good to see you. There's a team who can, to me, I believe, play you better than anybody in the entire regular season. It's A&M. He's a good coach. He has good players. He has a chance. Put a giant asterisk beside that game. They can play. They can really play. And he has the coaching staff, and he will be coming for you. Except, I do believe you will win. That is an upset. The Wholesome One, Holloway, the U family. Let me tell y'all right now, I'm going to stop right here. It's a live stream. It's my channel. Lord, if you don't like what I'm doing, go get your own channel. He is a great Miami Hurricane fan. Has a great channel. About 8,000 or 9,000 people. I'm telling you, he's got a following like a cult preacher. But he's much nicer and ain't going to get you to drink the Flavor Aid and you end up dead, coughing up blood. You need to go check him out. Even if you ain't a Miami fan, go check him out. Hit the subscribe button and say May there to him from Bobby Dirkens. Glad you're here, brother. I believe you beat Texas A&M, but that is definitely a toss-up game. That, to me, that's the most dangerous game you'll play all regular season. Very next week, play Tennessee. Oh, Rocky Top. You know that song was written in the middle of Gatlinburg? Right there in Gatlinburg, and still there today off 441. Unfortunately, Rocky Top's not Rocky Top anymore. You're going to take a dump on Rocky Top. You will beat them. Next week, you play one of the most piss-poor teams in the country. And no matter how much money they pay to the Apostle Paul, he can't even get them going. You're going to play Arkansas. You're going to absolutely castrate Arkansas. Good job. Then you're off again. How convenient. Right before the Texas A&M game. And the next one, LSU. You know, I like Ed Orgeron. Did a great video about him, by the way, if you hadn't seen it. Lord, you can cut this video off now and go find it. I did a Ed Orgeron SEC Media Day. You need to go look that up. You could play that to a man who's literally his feet's about to leave the cliff and kill himself. He'll get a pep in his step and you lease on life. It's hilarious, even if I did it. LSU, here's the thing about LSU. LSU has had lots of Fournette, Beckham Jr., Landry. Lord, I could keep going on and on and on. They hadn't had offense in years. Bobby, that's the other coach. Bobby, that's the other coach. Is it really? And I like Orgeron. LSU, they will take you serious. They you actually go out and buy you an offense, even if it takes hookers and dope and illegal gambling out in the middle of international waterways. You beat LSU. Next week you're at Mississippi State. Oh, Lord. Last year they played you defensively, some of the toughest anybody's ever played you. Once again, didn't have an offense. You'll beat them this year because even those players are gone. You play Western Carolina. They're up here right up the road from me in Colowee, North Carolina. Yeah, you're going to shave a cat. Then after that, you play the most schizophrenic team in college football. Auburn. You know, if you do what I do and you get on here in front of God and everybody, you don't hide behind cute little names you create on YouTube, screen names you think's just clever and everything, and you hurl insults at people that if you were to say to their face, you would get your teeth knocked down your throat and have a full set of teeth for a butthole. If you're like me and you get on here and you actually put your face out there and have to say it, you have to admit one thing. It's very difficult to pick Auburn games. And here's the reason why. Because one week Auburn looks like gold and the next week they look like... Jesus won't even let me say what they look like. They look like crap. Fortunately for you, they're down to a true freshman quarterback who will start this coming week against Oregon. And a kid that everybody wants to keep saying he looks like Cam Newton, though somehow he's not starting. You're going to beat them, you're going to beat them again. You're going to beat them pretty solid. They'll probably have a couple of trick plays. Everybody's going to be like, hey, look, they're doing good. It's like somebody in a wheelchair who can really scooch fast. Oh, look, he's doing good. He's racing a car. You beat them. I believe you go to the SEC Championship. I believe you play Georgia. And I believe no matter what their efforts are, you beat them again. It is what it is. You go to the playoffs. I believe somehow, as long as the alignment lines back up, and I believe the media wants it, I believe the country, even though they're getting sick of it, still wants it. I believe it's us playing in the national championship. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, you're going to disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine. We got a lot of those players back. I know we lost that line, but we got a lot of those players back. We're going to beat you again. All respect. There we go. Wholesome Holloway says, I'm looking forward to collabing with you on the ACC Championship if Miami can pull it together. It's a great championship. There's a great chance we'll get to collab on that. But even if we don't, we need to collab anyway. I'm glad you're on here, big dog. Got Lou Patton on here. Lou Patton's a huge Texas A&M fan. Appreciate him. Listen, I'm about to close this down. I appreciate the super chats over the past couple of days. I'm going to let you go. Most wonderful time of the year. I will be streaming tomorrow. I'm Bobby Dirkens. Hit the subscribe button. Turn out the notifications. You know me, you keep showing up. Lord knows, I'll keep showing out. Bobby Dirkens.